Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 study techniques that every student should try at least once. So please feel free to pick the one or ones that you are most curious in giving a go, and I really hope that they will be as helpful to you as they are to me. Number 1. Make a study guide. So before you get into the hardcore crunch of studying, make sure you just gather all the material, put them in a pile, and dissect it bit by bit and make a plan or organize how you're going to tackle the material you have to study. This way you can stay organized and on track, and it helps you visualize what you really have to do to be prepared for an exam. Number 2. Background check. So before you start studying, it is very important to know a bit of details on the professor, what he's expecting of you, and how his exams look like. Now, a way to do this is to just Google your professor's name. There are a lot of websites where there's like Ratemyteachers, where other students comment on the difficulty of the class and even give out some tips on what to look out for. Another thing you can do is simply go to the teacher and ask him, hey, I'm kind of worried about this class. I just want to know, in regards to the midterm, is it multiple choice? Is it short answers? Usually teachers let you know in advance, and it can make your life a whole lot easier, because studying for a short answer exam is completely different than studying for a multiple choice exam. Number 3, the goal is to teach. Now, this has helped me tremendously when I have to study very complex material. It has actually been proven that when two groups of students were asked to study a material for an exam versus to be able to present it or to teach it to someone, the students that studied to teach the material actually did better. Just think of it that you have to explain it later to your little brother, and actually go explain it, go teach it to your family, to your friends, and you're gonna see it's gonna change the way you organize all the info in your mind. Number 4, anthropomorphism. Long name, amazing results. In other words, this is giving non-human things human characteristics. It may seem a bit far-fetched, but you'd be surprised at how much more you remember if you associate feeling and human traits to what you're trying to study. Number 5, acronyms. This is my favorite of all the 10. I use this method so many times you have no idea. The best way to explain this is when I had to memorize Freud's defense mechanisms. There's sublimation, regression, repression, denial, displacement, and projection. See, there's a lot of terms and I want to memorize them really fast. So what I came up with is SIR DDP. So SIR DDP is Freud's 5 mechanisms. Number 6, I had to say it, active reading. I did an entire video on this technique and I highly encourage you to go check it out, because it has been my savior in very, very difficult classes where I was worried about passing. So if you have a class where you cannot for the life of you remember what you're reading, why not actively read? Number 7, summary sheets. As the classes progress, you will learn new terms, new concepts, new formulas. So as you learn them, have with you the trusty one sheet of paper where you write everything on it. That way when you get to the exam, you won't have to go through your book and check out and extract all the formulas. You might miss some terms, you might miss some important ones, but if you have a summary sheet already prepared, already ready, and you've worked on it for the whole semester, this is a gold mine, and it's gonna help you with your homework, because it's right there, with your assignments, and of course when you have to study for your exam. Number 8, practice tests. I've also done a video on this one, but basically it is just going slide by slide, page by page, notebook by notebook, class note by class note, and just extracting all the important information that you believe will be on the test and creating questions that you believe the teacher is going to ask you. This not only helps you be creative, but it helps you understand the material from an examiner point of view. So when you think like a teacher, you'd be surprised that some of the questions I made myself for practice tests were actually on the final test. Number 9. Watch documentaries on what you don't understand. So let's say you're having an insanely hard trouble understanding cell division, or like the Pythagoras theorem. I don't know how to say that in English because I study in French, so if I have an accent, my apologies. Le théorème de Pythagore. See? I know my stuff. We are very lucky to have access to anything and everything we want, and there are some really cool and informative videos on topics that you might have trouble understanding, like calculus or algebra or fractions. So why not, if you're blocked on something, Google it, especially if you're a visual person like myself. And number 10, make it chill, bro. Do you know how you truly know the material? If you can integrate concepts or terms in your day-to-day life. So what I used to do with my friends when we had to study, I think it was cognition or perception or I don't know what, I couldn't remember the two photoreceptors in the retina, which are the rods and cones. So every time like I got outside and the light was too bright, or if someone like closed the light suddenly, I would just go like, ah, my rods and cones. Or if a friend of mine said something abruptly that she didn't mean, I would be like, ha, Freudian slip. See that? See that? That is called making knowledge cool. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to me if you like what you see, because I post videos every Thursday. Bye guys!